Hi there, cuties! Welcome to KAMCO Arts and Adventures.
The small villages and towns are always submerged in the brightness of the big metro cities. So you must see the beautiful villages in the world that will definitely leave ya surprised by knowing how beautiful the world is even without tall buildings and huge cities. Then here are the most beautiful villages in the world that I found. Simeon-la-Rotonde, France. Located in the stunning south of France and surrounded by olive groves and lavender fields, this hilltop village is one of the most beautiful towns in the world. Explore the charming village, pass along narrow cobblestone streets and stone houses, admire the centuries-old architecture, attend talks on aromatherapy. Shirakawa-go, Japan. Situated at the foot of Mount Hakusen is the quiet mountain village of Shirakawa-go. Shirakawa-go is picturesque with its rolling rice fields and river, and it also boasts traditional thatched roof farmhouses, some of which are more than 250 years old, and among the last of its kind in Japan. Ortahisar, Turkey. Despite its central location, Ortahisar has managed to remain largely traditional and mostly slow-paced, even as surrounding towns increasingly become more and more touristic. Ortahisar remains rustic and charming. Oya, Greece. Oya is a traditional village with beautiful blue-domed churches, sun-baked verandas, a number of art galleries, and maze of small shops, almost all with panoramic views of the Port Amudi and of the Santorini volcano. Oya is without a doubt one of the most beautiful towns in the world. Jaézcar, Spain. Nestled in the hills of Andalusia is Jaézcar, a quiet town in Spain previously known as a Pueblo Blanco for its whitewashed walls. Since then, Jaézcar's walls have all remained bright and cheery Smurf blue, even as village life there remains largely the same, and Jaézcar is still a sedate, quaint little village. Hua Van, Vietnam. Charming and enchanting, Ha Long Bay is famous for its natural beauty. Hua Van is just one of the fishing villages along Ha Long Bay but is believed to be its most popular spot. Cinque Terre, Italy. Cinque Terre means 5 lands in English and is the collective name given to 5 different fishing villages that each boast stunning coastal and mountain trails as well as beautiful, classic architecture. Cinque Terre offers timeless appeal and a feel of authentic Italy with its rugged coastlines and romantic town area. Alberobello, Italy. Alberobello is a quiet Italian town most famous for its whimsical 14th century style beehive-shaped houses. These stone buildings are made from local limestone and topped with conical roofs, often white-tipped as if dusted by snow, and decorated with painted symbols believed to bear religious or superstitious significance. 8 Ben Haddou, Morocco. 8 Ben Haddou is a traditional southern Morocco earthen village made from clay bricks. The village lies in a valley near the Atlas Mountains, 32 miles from the bustling film capital of Morocco. Historically, traders traversed the Sahara trade route and passed through the town carrying spices and gold on their way elsewhere. Palongan, Iran. Talangan is a little-known rural Iranian village with an estimated population exceeding 1,000 inhabitants. Tucked away in the valley with the Tangi Var River flowing through it, houses are etched out on the sloping valley sides in a terraced manner, with roofs of houses doubling as verandas or yards for the houses above them. Larangar, Tibet. At the eastern end of the vast Tibetan plateau is the landmark monastery town Larangar, the largest Tibetan Buddhist institute in the world. This cultural, historical and religious site's inhabitant and buildings currently face threat of forced migration and demolition, and unless the international community acts quickly, this beautiful Tibetan village will soon be no more. $1 Village, Faroe Islands. Lush, rolling green fields, a dramatically steep cliffside, a panoramic view of the neighboring island of Mykonos, as well as the famed rushing Mulefosser waterfall characterize the pastoral village. $1, located in western Vagar in the Faroe Islands. Up until 2003, the scenic pastoral village was virtually unknown and unreachable. Fenghuang Ancient Town, China. Situated at the foot of a mountain and along the banks of Zhejiang River is Fenghuang, an old town built in 1704 which offers a look at China prior to modernization. Named for the phoenix-shaped shadow the looming mountain casts on the town, this old town is hailed as one of the best and most picturesque in all of China. Colmar, France. Nestled among vineyards, Colmar is a beautiful microcosm of Alsatian life. Colmar boasts traditional houses, canals, famous wines, superb Middle-Age architecture and stunning lights. Ilbury, England. Easily one of the most beautiful small towns in Europe is Byberry, a little town in Gloucestershire Cotswolds. Byberry consists of stone buildings all strung out along the banks of the River Kent, and is most famous for Arlington Row, a picturesque row of weavers' cottages believed to date back to the 14th or 16th century before its conversion in the 17th century. La Trinidad, Benguet, Philippines. Looks like La Trinidad. Benguet just added another reason for you to visit the place aside from its famous strawberry fields. After a month of painting hundreds of houses, 19 out of 214 houses agreed to participate. The project, dubbed Project Bloom of the Tourism Department, is already nearing its completion. Bairano, Italy. Bairano, the little island of lace, is ranked as one of the most colorful cities in the world. With colors that pop, Bairano brings an almost tropical vibe to the northern Venetian lagoon. This small island and its single city features emerald green water channels, charming houses, a 17th century bell tower and the lace-making expertise that brought Leonardo da Vinci to the island in the 1400s. Sidi Bouzid, Tunisia. The idyllic thriving metropolis town of Sidi Bouzid is located atop a steep cliff overlooking the Mediterranean Sea, 20 kilometers or so from the capital city Tunis. Sidi Bouzid is a favored getaway destination for locals and tourists alike. Stroll along cobblestone streets lined with small shops and stalls, explore winding lanes, soak in the stunning panoramic view of the Mediterranean Sea, visit the Enigma Ezra Palace which pays homage to Neo-Moorish architecture, and enjoy the brilliant contrast of the town's blue-painted doors and trellises with the stark white of their Grecian buildings. Wengen, Switzerland. Wengen was once primarily an alpine farming community but has since become a resort town teeming with tourists eager to ski the snow-covered slopes in the winter and hike trails in the summer. Despite the influx of tourists, the mountain village has retained its home-style, postcard vibe with its timber houses, well-dispersed holiday chalets, soaring mountains, and magnificent landscape. Pinggan Village, China. Pinggan Village rests atop the peak of Longshan County's famous Longju rice terraces, 1,200 meters above sea level. Pinggan is a small community of rice farmers where old traditions and local culture are apparent and thriving. Scenic narrow mountain roads leading to the peak offer a splendid view of the amazingly vast rice fields whose different terrace levels are nicknamed by locals according to their varying shapes. Hallstatt, Austria. Nestled between Halster Sea and the Dachstein Mountains is Hallstatt, Austria's oldest and perhaps its most photographed village. This stunning European town features beautiful old churches, a subterranean salt lake, a museum with 7,000-year-old artifacts, and a glass-like lake set against the breathtaking backdrop of soaring mountains. Popeye Village, Malta. In an interesting twist, one of the most beautiful villages around the world is a vamped-up 80s movie set, abandoned not long after the filming of the 1980 musical Popeye, which featured the late comedian Robin Williams. Popeye Village is now home to quaint, colorful clusters of wooden buildings, a company of actors, and an array of fun activities to do. Hobbiton, New Zealand. Hobbiton, New Zealand is the movie set town featured in The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, though the initial plan was to construct temporary sets to be knocked down once filming wrapped. A permanent set was eventually established and remains today. Tour the unbelievably charming set town grassy green fields. Of staves. Colorful little cottages line the natural harbor, and larger houses with multiple levels and varying colors stretch across the stunning clay cliffs overlooking the sea. Staves, winding streets, natural harbor, and impressive cliffs make the town a beautiful place to visit. Inuit, Greenland. Inuit, Greenland is something of a forgotten paradise and another one of those small towns that no one knows about. Beautifully situated in the Disco Bay, surrounded by high-end, steep mountains rising to about 450 meters, Inuit is named spotted seals for the marine life in the bay. The open land and high mountains around Inuit are a challenging hike, but offer a worthwhile view of the bay. Rain, Norway. With an estimated population of 300 villagers, Rain is one of those small towns that no one knows about. Perfectly situated at the mouth of Rhinefjord, near the insanely beautiful Lofton Peaks is the quiet, picturesque fishing village Rain. Go to Rain to enjoy the famed, stunning northern lights and stay and enjoy life in the laid-back rural fishing village. Stay in Arabu, a converted old fisherman's cottage. Go whale watching and fishing as the locals do, or camp out under the stars. Go biking, kayaking or bird watching and truly connect with nature. Do you like to travel the world? So, what are your top 5 countries, villages or town do you like to go to? Comment down below.